Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. You already know it's your boy Pharaoh here, and I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and I hope you have a equally wonderful new year heading into 2024 for what will be a very newsworthy year in the world of professional wrestling between both WWE and AEW alike, whether it be contracts coming up, negotiations, who's going to go where, could people flip-flop, television contracts, TV deals coming up. Where is Monday Night Raw going to land? Will it even still be on Monday nights? Will AEW stay with Warner Discovery and on their networks? Going to be a lot to talk about, and you already know I'm the man. I will be here, and I hope you follow along with me on the journey ahead. But today, just a little, fantasy video, just a little fantasy booking, if you will. Of course, the title down there, what I think Tony Khan should do with ROH, Ring of Honor. They just finished up with their final battle pay-per-view this past weekend, last weekend, I believe it was. And I did not get to see the show. There were a few matches on the show I wanted to see, but just wasn't able to see it. Don't have Honor Club, have enough bills as it is right now. I know it is only $10 a month, but just not that ingrained in the Ring of Honor brand to be wanting to spend money on another streaming service while already having two other ones, bills at the same time, and having to keep up with various other different wrestling programs. There's only so much time in the week, ladies and gentlemen. But what I think Tony Khan should do with Ring of Honor, because look, this isn't a hate video, this is nothing like that. More so in the lines, I guess you could say, of constructive criticism, or just fantasy booking. At the end of the day, it has not been a success since he bought it a year and a half ago, and he had his little Shane McMahon moment at Daly's Place in Jacksonville, and he actually said, "It's not Shane, it's me, I now own Ring of Honor." Cool. It hadn't been a success. In fact, it's done negatives to AEW TV, and it sometimes has oversaturated the product. I don't think that, and I know why they're doing it, because they're bigger names, but not every AEW star needs to be a Ring of Honor champion. That I haven't really agreed with. I think those people who have held ROH titles should have been competing for AEW branded championships. I think it oversaturates the championships on the TV. What I think Tony should do is what they were doing with Dark and Dark Elevation, and take it back down to Orlando at Universal Studios on one of those sound stages that TNA used to be on way back when, and like their Dark and Dark Elevation programs used to be on before they got canceled. Having a small studio environment, and that can be your proving ground, that could be your training ground for your young male, female talents who you want to bring into AEW but may need some more seasoning, who may need a little bit more in-ring time, who just may not be quite ready for the bright lights of live national television yet. And basically being its NXT, being its developmental system. Because ROH, throughout its 20-plus year history, with all due respect, has been a feeder system to WWE, TNA, and before Tony Khan bought it, yes, even AEW. It's not going to grow in the state that it's in, being hidden on Honor Club for $10 a month. I've never owned Honor Club. I've never used it. I don't know if the app, if the streaming service works properly or not. I personally haven't heard anything negative about it, but I don't know. But it's not going to work. It's not working doing that. And you have wrestlers like Athena, for example, the reigning Ring of Honor Women's Champion. She needs to be on AEW TV. For a while, Samoa Joe as World TV Champion. Quite a spell away from AEW TV. I wasn't a big fan of that either. So, luckily we've got Joe back. Hopefully at the turn of the next year we get Athena back full-time in AEW. Again, essentially Ring of Honor is just basically diet AEW at this point. It's their feeder system. That's what it should be. It should be their developmental system. And I think Tony Khan should delegate some power and let someone book the territory, quote unquote, and he could have final say. He purchased it. He spent his money on it. I respect that. He should have final say. It's his company, just like AEW. The buck should stop with him because ultimately he's the boss and he should show that leadership. But in its current incarnation, Ring of Honor is not going to succeed. It is not succeeding. It has yet to succeed. And I think ultimately right now the best bet is just to move it into a sound stage and let it be developmental. Let it be what NXT was at Full Sail. I'm not saying it's a negative. Maybe it could make it a positive. Time would tell. But that's just me fantasizing. Let me know what you think. Are you an avid Ring of Honor television watcher? Do you regularly watch their show? Would you recommend it? Would you recommend Honor Club? Since I told you all I've never used it before, let me know down in the comments. With that being said, thanks for tuning in, guys.